Hello, everyone. All right.
So serious.
Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast where I give my three guests three movies and they try to come up with the most random, obscure, or minor actors from those films. The deeper the cut, the more points they get. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, a man who passed himself off as a high schooler well into his 20s to save a few cents on public transit, Alex Young.
That is true.
I mean, you talked about it like last episode, and I had nothing to say about you, and I was like how much were you saving?
I think you save at the time you would save 10 cents or 15 cents on the fare if you had like the high school tickets as opposed to just the regular base fare.
So,
but it adds up, Jeff.
I get it. Two rides a day over a 7-day, you're saving.
Oh, wasn't even that often.
40?
I was walking distance to college, so it was like once a week, maybe if I went downtown.
You're saving like maybe 10 or 20 cents a day.
Max.
Like, yeah,
Max.
Like over the course of a week.
And it's super embarrassing when the bus driver would catch you and you'd be like,
Yeah.
here's the other dime that I have to put in now.
You're like, but I got a hoodie. I'm a kid.
Literally, I would like dress the part like I was undercover.
Keep your sneaker untied. Oh,
yeah, it was like an urban kiss situation, Jeff.
Yeah. What's going on with you?
Not much. We're into July, which is nice because it's summer. I mean, for most people, I hate the summer.
Yeah. It's not one of your favorite seasons.
It is not. And we just had Canada Day / Independence Day. Keeping everybody included. That's why I asked if our guest was in the States. Mm-hmm. Which was weirdly, it fell on a Tuesday in Canada and a Friday in the States. So if like you work in a business where you deal across the border, it was like the lightest week of work. It was so nice. But two things. Thing the first. It reminded me of a movie I love, Independence Day.
Okay.
Which I don't think you are as big a fan of, Jeff, as you should be.
I mean,
it's amazing.
Okay,
I love all Roland Emmerich movies, but that one in particular is great. But it got me thinking that as much as I am proud to be Canadian, I'm happy to be Canadian, that movie sucks if it's set in Canada. It just does not have the impact. Most specifically, just like Bill Pullman's big speech at the end does not have the same impact if it's like, we're all going to survive. Today we celebrate our Canada Day. Like, it's just not as strong. But I digress because it was Canada Day, and as most people go outside and have a barbecue, I close all the blinds and crank the AC, and I wanted to watch a movie in the dark. But specifically, I'm like, I'll watch something Canadian. So I was going to watch In Cindy's, which I have not seen.
Ooh.
Denis Villeneuve's like big, I think it's like really the last like French movie he did before he kind of like hit the ground running, so to speak, in Hollywood. And at the last minute, I pivoted because I remembered I have a movie that I won at horror trivia that is also Canadian called Psycho Girls from 1986. It's a Vinegar Syndrome release. It was Jerry Ciccaretti's directorial debut. I'm only talking about this movie for about 2 seconds.
Okay.
Because it's insane. It's super violent. The general premise is this. It starts with this family and like it's the husband and wife's their anniversary. And like clearly the wife hates her life and hates her husband. And I'm like, I guess that's what this movie's about. Nope. They're instantly murdered by their daughter who goes to a mental institution and then breaks out 20 years later to kill her sister along with 2 other inmates. And it's all very tastefully done and definitely handles mental illness. No way. Also, nobody's in this movie. But what's interesting is the Vinegar Syndrome release of it is a 2K scan of the US release, which doesn't include the super graphic gore. That was like cut out for the US release. But there is no film print of it that exists. So periodically, when it's about to get graphic, it cuts to video. There's only like a VHS full version that exists, which I've never seen before, which was really interesting. But it's also like a little bit jarring. Not that the movie is so amazing that it pulls you out. But also, the director, it's worth noting, created the Buddies in Bad Time Theater in Toronto. Still has like a full career directing, does a lot of TV, does a lot of features. He did like 15 episodes or 14 episodes of Schitt's Creek. But also most recently did Hot Frosty, the Netflix Christmas gem. And I'm like, this is the strangest jump in your career.
It's very Canadian director jump. Like when you think like Bob Clark doing like Black Christmas and then does A Christmas Story and then does Baby Geniuses. And it's like, you know, you did 2 pretty good movies. and the one was a horror. Both were Christmas, and then you do Baby Geniuses.
So just 3 bangers in a row is what you're saying, Jeff.
Yes. I was gonna say, and then also I think he did Porky's too, if I'm not mistaken. Right? You throw Porky's in there in the mix, and it's like, what is this guy? I was gonna say your Independence Day in Canada though would have taken so much longer, because to get from any other major city, from say Ottawa and Toronto, like it's taken 9 hours for these ships to move around. Whereas like on the East Coast, you can hit DC, Philadelphia, Boston, New York in like one shot, really.
Pretty
like
much. Yeah. And our iconic buildings are not as iconic. You've like CN Tower, end of list.
Yeah.
And you can fit like 8 people on Edgewalk. You can't get a whole bunch of people on top of it with signs.
On the roof, yeah.
The only scene that stays the same is Harvey Fierstein on like Bay Street being like, I should have called my mother. Like that's the only one that translates. Everything else got to be rewritten. But the last thing I want to say about Psycho Girls, on the Blu-ray, one of the features is an audio essay by Paul Cora.
Oh, friend of the show.
Friend of the show. And he also mentions The Void, ironically.
Oh, right. Is he really?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Alex.
You're welcome, Jeffrey.
Well, we've got 2 people with us tonight, Alex. The first up is a returning guest. I didn't look up when the last time she was here. Was it Christmas, Crystal?
Oh, it was. Yep.
Was that the last time you heard? So it was Crystal was here for our big Christmas episode. She played well, but she had to go against me. And then, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a while. I'm glad to get you back here, Crystal. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well, Jeff. How are you?
I'm good. We both just had birthdays a little while ago.
We did.
Right? Yeah, Crystal's
Gemini
was on
baby.
this. Yeah, we're Geminis, so we're so much alike.
I hate you both equally.
It's one of those things where people are like, oh, you got to meet this person. They remind me so much of you. And I was like, I don't want to meet that person. I'm a piece of shit. Why would I want to meet someone? Yeah, why would I want to meet someone who reminds you of me? I'm the worst.
How dare you have a backup of me?
Yeah.
I'm unique and special.
Yeah. And then you meet them and you're like, oh my God, no, this person's horrible. Is this what they think I'm like? And you're like, yeah, it is though. It is what I'm like. But let's also bring in our other guest, Alex. Joining us today is a man who's never met a monster movie, cult classic, or underrated sequel he couldn't completely unravel. He's 1/3 of the powerhouse trio behind the Dissect That Film podcast, where he deep dives wild trivia and B-movie love reign supreme. Sometimes my wording is wrong. Whether it's rubber suit mayhem or Oscar bait breakdowns, he brings the same passion, insight, and sarcasm to every reel. Please welcome Parker from Dissect That Film. Welcome to the show, Parker.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Did you do research on the right podcast? Because I don't know if that really describes Dissect That Film or me. But thank you for those words.
No, you're how long you've been doing the show for? Like 4? Because you said
we're into our 5th year.
And I was guessing you're like episode 200 and something like that.
We just hit 210. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So probably a question I should have asked you like a year ago. What would you tell new podcasters? Like, what advice would you give someone? Like Alex and I are up to about episode 80.
Is that all? It feels like
maybe
much more.
Maybe it's 60. No, it's like 60. We're around 60. What would you have done different? Like, you know, if you could start over, what would you have changed?
I would have not gotten into video until later. So I would have started strictly audio only. But the problem is I was a streamer before I became a podcaster. And so I was used to doing video. And the podcast actually started on my Twitch channel, and then it kind of translated over to YouTube and audio. So I kind of kept it going that way. But now 4 years later, I'm like, video is a pain. It's a lot. And I'm looking at all these other channels that do video and what they do with the video. And I'm like, I just don't have the time for all that. So I just wish I could go back and be like, don't do video yet. Give it time, figure out if you want to do it, and then do it. But the problem was we had an audience of, you know, people who actually watched the video. So I didn't want to stop and get rid of it. So yeah, it's that. And of course, the one piece of advice I always tell people when they're getting into podcasting is just like, have fun. If you're not having fun, why are you doing it?
Oh,
why are we doing it, Jeff?
Yeah, why
we're in too deep.
Yeah, no, much like, why did you do video? Alex and I are like, yeah, we're too far in to start trying to incorporate fun into the show. No, and I will say I'm glad that Alex and I did do some video, like kind of like shorter episodes, and they're fun, but yeah, they take a lot of time to edit them and make them even look remotely good. And like we've been on some shows like our friends Film War that do like a game show I think he does it every 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh, that looks good, that's like really good. And then there's the bullshit I do when I do a little bit of video, and I'm like, yeah, so it's strictly audio for
That's
us.
how I describe my editing process when it comes to video. It's like it's the
Yeah.
bullshit that I do. Yeah.
So you guys, we asked this of everyone, but you're everywhere. You're Spotify, Apple, every other major place. Any obscure places you guys show up that you're like, oh yeah, we actually pull good numbers on Fiji or some weird little.
I mean, I've never really looked into it, but it's like it's always weird when I see that we're like on Audible. I'm like, I thought that was just for like audiobooks. I didn't know podcasts were on there. Like
smart people who want to pretend they're reading but are just listening.
And you look at your logistics, and you actually see somebody downloaded you from Audible. I'm like, why? Why would you? Did you
think? Yeah. Did you think I was something else? So, like you said, you're at about episode 210. I feel like you guys not that you focus, but when I was looking at the most recent episodes, there's a lot of horror in the last couple months.
So yeah, we cover all genres. We've done animation, we've a lot of horror, but I think it's just all of our number one genres. And then we are actually going to be diving into an entire month of just action movies. So like, yeah, we cover everything, but yeah, I would say going through the last 210 episodes, horror has probably been the most predominant genre that we've covered.
I mean, it's fair. Like, I think you mentioned you listened to the Doom Generation, but and then we had the Final Girls on, and like, it seems like most of the other podcasters we kind of reach out to, like, horror is kind of like the top of what they're looking at. There's not too many people just doing comedy movie podcasts.
Yeah, we cover that too. I mean, it's we've done it all. So
what's coming up next for you? So you got an action month coming up. When is that?
So yeah, the second week of July will be our first episode of we're participating in a month with a bunch of other podcasters, including Doom Generation,
nice.
Called the Month of Action, where certain people are covering action movies all month or just covering one action movie, but we're all working together to kind of push action in the month of July. And we're starting off with 1994 Speed.
Oh, nice. I'm pretty sure that's been on Deep Cuts. I'm pretty sure, Alex, right?
It better be, because it's great.
It's great.
It really is.
And now you guys were doing, I believe you were also doing episodic breakdowns of The Last of Us while it was running.
Yes.
Now, I haven't listened to all of them, but are you guys all, for the most part, big fans of The Last of Us? Or?
So I'm a huge fan of the games. Okay. I was a huge fan of the first season. The second season was a rough one. It was a rocky one. Because I'm a big fan of the games, I was a little bit more critical on the decisions that were made in season 2. Overall, I didn't hate it, but it was definitely a letdown from what season 1 gave us.
I mean, not to spoil it for anyone, but I think I walked in somewhere and they were watching like the end of season 1, and Joel was doing something. And I was like, and they're like, oh, he's great. And I was like, yeah, enjoy that. Because I don't think they had any idea what was coming next for, Joel. So, well, we'll talk a little bit more about your podcast, but first we got to play a game of Deep Cuts. So the new game we're doing, Alex and Crystal and Parker, I don't know if you've heard this one yet, but instead of making you try to guess what movie I'm thinking of, I have an actor, and I'm going to give you the actor's name, and you need to try to guess or figure out which movie is the highest up on their IMDb top 4. So, for instance, if we said someone like Harrison Ford, it would be something stupid like Indiana Jones. It would be like 2 Indiana Jones movies and 2 Star Wars movies, right? There would be nothing else on there. But so I'm trying to pick someone that's got a nice variety of films. So the actor he's got a movie coming out this weekend, Nicholas Hoult. The new Lex Luthor. So
I wonder who that is.
Without telling you what he's in, Nicholas Hoult. Let's tell you something he's in that's not on his list. I'm trying to think of something.
I think I know who that is.
I mean,
I guess we'll find out.
You definitely. I think once you hear the movies he's in, you'll be like, "Oh, I definitely know who that person is." So guess what?
So I'll go last.
I'm not going to make Crystal go first. I was going to let her go first. So Parker, would you like to go first? What movie do you think ranks highest on Nicholas Holt's IMDb top 4?
I'm going to go with X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Uh-huh. He plays. Crystal, if this helps, he plays Beast. He plays young Beast in the X-Men movies with Jennifer Lawrence, where she's Mystique, and they kind of have like a bit of a flirtatious thing, and he's blue half the time.
This part where Crystal's like, wasn't he in Frasier? Be like, that's a different Beast.
Different guy. All right, Alex, we'll let you go second to help Crystal out a little bit more to see if she can figure out who Nicholas is.
I'm going to say, and I'm like, I will be shocked if this isn't right, but I'm going to say it's Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max Fury Road, where Crystal, did you see that movie?
No.
Oh my god, so good.
So he's, I don't know, it doesn't even matter. He's one of the war boys, right?
Yeah, explain that. Explain that to Crystal.
He's a war boy who keeps like putting
chrome on his face. You know, war boys.
Yeah. All right, Crystal.
Uh-oh.
Nicholas Hoult. I'll tell you movies that aren't on his list. He was most recently in Nosferatu.
Okay, that is who I thought it was.
Okay, great.
There you go. And did you know that he's the voice of John in the Garfield movie?
Yeah, that was weird.
Like what is he doing? Why is he John in the Garfield movie? So Crystal, you got his face in your head now.
Yeah.
What movie do you think's the highest on his IMDb list?
Oh shit! What's it called?
Yeah, what is it called, Crystal?
What is it called? A zombie movie?
Oh yeah,
Warm Bodies.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one, Warm Bodies. Yeah, he's in that. What a weird one to remember him from.
That is actually one of my touchstones for him.
I'll tell you, you're all on the list.
Is About a Boy on the list too?
About a Boy's number 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh
wow!
Shit, that should have been my guess.
Kind of. I mean, I get it.
He's the boy. He's the titular boy.
Yeah.
It was all about him.
So, but that being said, Mad Max Fury Road is number 2. Warm Bodies is number 3, and X-Men: Days of Future Past is number 4. So, Alex, you get to pick first. Would you like to go 1, 2, or 3?
Third, please.
3. Crystal, would you like to go first or second?
Second, please.
Second. Oh, our poor guest having to go first. That's all right, Parker. All right. So tonight's 3 movies.
Oh, Lord. Listen, I'm already intimidated looking at Parker's background here.
Don't.
Right?
Nope. It's a facade. Don't believe it. I am terrified right now.
And after I picked the 3 movies, I realized 2 of them have like a bit of a theme, and I really wished I'd taken a third movie that fit with that movie, but it doesn't.
You're in charge. You could.
I know, but I'd already done it, and then I realized it today, and I was like, oh, all of them have something in it that would have. And that's right, Alex. I am in charge.
All right.
From 1996, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
From 1997, Anaconda.
Oof. God, yes.
Which I will say, I think there's only like 11 people in it, and like 10 of them are pretty noteworthy.
Yeah.
And the only one who isn't was just in an episode. I was watching 6 Feet Under, and he's a hairstylist in it. I was like, oh, it's that guy. And the third movie from 1999 that does not fit in with the snake theme of the first 2 movies. From 1999, The Mummy.
Oh,
my
movie so much.
I am sexually attracted to that movie.
Yes,
I think
Crystal, that movie
is.
made an entire generation bisexual. It's perfect.
100%.
Because everyone who was like 10 when that came out in 99 fell in love with Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, simultaneously.
Alex is just saying names of people in the movie now. Okay.
Oh, I did. Whatever, they're the leads.
Yeah, they're the leads. All right. So while you guys take a minute to think about the people in those movies, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Movie buffs and collectors, this one's for you. MoviePosters.com offers an incredible selection of posters for every taste, from obscure indies to your blockbuster favorites.
Hey Jeff, do they have any Jay Baruchel posters?
Well, I do know they've got How to Train Your Dragon.
And Jeff, have they any Sean Connery motion pictures?
Yeah, Alex. Zardoz?
And do they have any posters for Christopher Walken movies?
Yes, Alex, they do.
Go to movieposters.com and use promo code DeepCuts15 to get 15% off your next purchase. This is my real voice.
All right, we are back with another episode of Deep Cuts the Game. We've got Parker from Dissect That Film podcast, our friend Crystal Overland, not looking very excited about being here tonight, and Alex Young. But Parker, you're going to get to go first. So you're going to try to hit me with your best deep cut. If you don't know the person's name, we'll take, something else they've been in, whatever you can give us.
I'm going to give you Jonathan Hyde.
Because he's in 2 films.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, is he?
He's in Anaconda as like the guy that has hired them to go out on the boat. And he's also in charge of like the Americans in The Mummy. Like there's like 4 dopes that
don't read from the book.
Yeah. So that is good.
What a strong
well done.
start.
So 10 points for The Mummy, 9 points for Anaconda.
Son of a bitch.
And no points for him being in Jumanji. Because
he's the dad and the
he's
hunter.
the dad and the hunter in Jumanji. So there you go. But well done. 19 points on your first deep cut for Parker. Crystal. I know, he just ruined the game for everyone right there. What do you got, Crystal?
I'm going to start with From Dusk Till Dawn. And in that, I know that the special effects makeup artist, Tom Savini, is in there.
Yes.
He is. He's got a pretty big part. I believe his nickname is Sex Machine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Right? So yes, Tom Savini. He's got the little a gun on his crotch.
It's clearly a gun strap on, Jeff. Come on.
I know, but it's just weird because he pops it off and it points straight ahead. And unless he's aiming his crotch at you, it's not a very effective weapon.
His name is Sex Machine.
There's no movement in there.
No. So 8 points for Tom Savini, Crystal. Well done. Alex, you get 2 in a row. Your first and your second deep cut.
Okay, so in The Mummy, both of these are going to be from The Mummy. The guy, when I'm going to use character names so I don't spoil it again.
Sure.
When Rick is like in prison, and I don't know if they're going to hang him or whatever, but the guy who like is the warden or like the slave owner or whatever is also in Gladiator in a similar role.
Yeah. I'm not going to pronounce his name. I believe it's Omed Djali. I've listed him as the warden. And you know what my touchstone for him, Alex, is? He is the voice of a Persian cat in Over the Hedge that has a crush on Wanda Sykes's skunk character.
You don't know that?
He can't smell because he's a Persian, like he's got his nose is all pushed up. So he's worth 16 points because
amazing. He's not in it much.
He's not, and nobody knows his name. So well done. What's your second deep cut though, Alex?
The head of the, I don't know what they're called. I keep wanting to say like Magi, but that is a character that Crystal and I made up. Thank you, Magi. The other one's a character we made up in D&D. Is in Star Trek Discovery, and he is aged great. Also,
the guy with the long black hair, right?
Yeah. He's got like the tattoos on his face, and he's like, "Oh, lead you
well
to the city of the dead," or whatever.
He's worth 10 points, Alex.
Awesome.
Well done. You're doing great. You're holding your own.
You've picked a movie that I think I wore the tape out as a child.
Crystal came in strong with Tom Savini. What else do you have?
Same movie, because I'm struggling with the other ones. I don't know his name, not surprisingly. Very bad at that. But T-1000.
Are we talking like Robert Patrick?
From also X-Files?
Yeah.
From which movie, Crystal?
From Dust. Isn't he in Dust Till Dawn?
Not in the original. He might. I know there's like 9 sequels to it, so I don't. He maybe popped up in one of those.
Shoot.
But yeah, Robert Patrick
Memory
is not in at least any of these movies, unfortunately. I'm sorry. And Alex, the actor you were talking about, his name is Oded Fear, is the guy from The Mummy. Sorry, Crystal. Parker, we're back to you. Get 2 in a row. You're second and your third.
I'm going to start with The Mummy. I'm going to go with Kevin J. O'Connell, who plays Benny. He's also in another Stephen Sommers movie called Deep Rising.
Yeah, he is.
That's right.
I don't remember his character's name, but he's awesome in that movie.
What's that bad horror film in it? Illusion, where he's a magician, and is it Scott Bakula? And Scott Bakula is a detective, and he's trying to solve this crime about this like magician that was murdered, and Kevin J. O'Connor is the magician. And it's like some sort of cult, and I think the guy that we've always had him, we've talked about Daniel von Bargen from like Seinfeld and stuff like that, is in it as well as a cult leader. Why am I
saying so many words right now, man? I don't think this is
nobody knows what movie I'm talking about. All right.
This is a dream you had.
Kevin J. O'Connor is worth 8 points. Parker, what's your third deep cut?
So I'm going to go with Anaconda. I can't remember the actress's name. It's the one who plays Owen Wilson's girlfriend.
What else is she in, Parker? Can you think of anything?
She is in another giant creature movie that came out a couple years later called 8-Legged Freaks.
Oh, I love that movie.
I think we talked about that like 2 weeks ago, didn't we?
Because it's great.
Her name is Carrie Weir.
Yes.
Weir. Is she in Starship Troopers? Is she the other girl in Starship Troopers?
No. Nope. That's... See, this is what's happening in my brain.
Their names are similar, but
yes. It's not her.
I got to give that girl credit before we go on.
I'm sure she's an avid fan.
I remember her because she was in an episode of Friends. Dina Meyer.
Dina Meyer. I was going to say, she was also in like Beverly Hills 90210 a bunch.
Crystal, what's this reaction?
I just had a thought.
Oh, did you think of something?
Yeah,
all right, great, because it's your pick. What's your deep cut?
Okay. Also, could be wrong again, because, but I'm pretty sure that Danny Trejo is in both Dust Till Dawn and also Anaconda.
Very good.
He's in the very opening of Anaconda.
Oh, you got me there.
I need to retire now because
I thought it was going to come back to Parker, and I thought he was gonna steal that one. So Danny Trejo has 9 points for each of those movies.
Wow, Crystal.
Ooh.
So 18 points total. Well done. Good job, Crystal. Alex, we're back to you for your third deep cut, and then we'll give you a halfway breakdown. And the movie I was talking about was called Lord of Illusions.
Yes, I was going to say that. I thought that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, with Scott Bakula, Kevin J. O'Connor, Daniel von Bargen, and that's it.
Okay, so I have one more from The Mummy, and then I'm going to switch to From Dusk Till Dawn, but I'll let you do your midway count. I don't know why I remember this fact, and I hope that I'm not wrong, because you know how I'm wrong 87% of the time we play this game?
Yeah.
But I'm reasonably confident that Anck-su-namun, the Mummy's love interest, is in Malignant.
She is. She's like a nurse or something in it.
Yeah.
Her name is Patricia Velasquez.
Yep.
She's also in the movie Mindhunters, Alex, that we watched on Bad Movie Night one time.
Not to be confused with the Jonathan Groff Netflix series.
Not the series, but the bad movie with Christian Slater and Val Kilmer.
Yes.
And they're a bunch of like FBI profilers.
She's also in The Curse of La Llorona from the Conjuring
That's
universe.
Right, yeah. Patricia Velasquez for 7 points, Alex.
That's fine. I'll take. I mean, she's in that movie a lot.
She is. So, Alex, at the halfway point, you have 33 points. Crystal, you have 26. And Parker, you have 35.
Wow.
So it's a close game. I like it. Alex, you're going to Dust Till Dawn, you mentioned.
Yes.
What is your fourth deep cut? Because Dust Till Dawn still has a lot in it. And
It
a lot
does.
of good deep cuts.
I hope he's worth a fair amount, but I think he has 3 different roles in this movie, but I'm going to take Cheech Marin.
Yeah. Cheech Marin as the
Alex.
Border Patrol
Yeah, he's also the bouncer at the Titty Twister.
Yeah, he's like the doorman at the Titty Twister, and then he's like the contact that they're supposed to meet the next morning. So Cheech Moran for 6 points, Alex, because he has
3.
He has a pretty memorable. No, you're not getting 6 times 3. You're getting 1 6 because he has that very memorable speech that he gives when they arrive at the Titty Twister. All the different kinds of things that are available at the Titty Twister. Crystal.
Yeah.
What do you have?
Well, I had that. And I also have from the same movie, Juliette Lewis.
You do have Juliette Lewis. Juliette Lewis for 4 points.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's okay. Putting points on the board, you never know when someone's going to put up an X. Parker, you get your 4th and your 5th. We can do 6 rounds total, so you're in the halfway point here. What do you got?
All right, so this is going to be a long one because there's connective tissue here. So Quentin Tarantino is in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Is this the deep cut you're giving us right now? Or
this is the deep cut. No,
okay.
This is the deep cut. So Quentin Tarantino is in From Dusk Till Dawn. He's also in Pulp Fiction, where he also directs that with Harvey Keitel.
So are you? These are the 2 you're giving me: Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. So Harvey Quentin Tarantino blending into Pulp Fiction, and also Harvey Keitel bleeding into Pulp Fiction.
Okay. You don't get any points for those movies, though. Unfortunately, you do get points for Quentin Tarantino, 3 points, and Harvey Keitel for an additional 3 points.
Ah, crap.
Is that all you had left on your list there, Crystal?
Yeah.
There's other people in this film.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know their names and what they do and what they've been in. The whole premise of the game, I don't know.
Well, Crystal, it's your 5th deep cut. What do you have?
Well, I need to think a little bit more, but because there isn't time currently, I'm going to say Jennifer Lopez.
In Anaconda. Yes.
Yes.
She is in that movie. She's the star of that movie. She's worth 1 point, Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It's okay.
Better than no points.
It's better than no points. Alex?
Well, I already got that also. So.
What's your 5th and your final deep cut?
Well, I'm going to give you... I'm hoping... Because he's mostly CG in the movie, and I feel like he's not as well-known an actor, but I'm hoping if I give you The Mummy, he's going to be worth a handful of points, and that is Arnold Vosloo, who I want to say was also in, like, Jack Ryan or Reacher. He was in one of those shows.
Yeah, he was. I think he's also in Blood Diamond, is kind of like one of his bigger... so Arnold Vosloo.
He's also in The Mummy Returns.
He's
G.I. Joe.
He's right. G.I. Joe?
Yes, because it was Stephen Sommers who directed it. He was in a lot of his movies.
He's 5 points, Alex. So not a ton.
Perfect.
Not as much as Patricia, his love interest, but a decent amount of points.
Oh, I'm stupid.
I think that still puts me kind of in 3rd, right?
I can't really tell you, man.
But most likely.
It's very close. And no, you're not in 3rd. Crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal kind of shit the bed there with Jennifer Lopez.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to take a swing.
Okay.
And I am going to say in From Dusk Till Dawn, does Robert Rodriguez have a cameo?
He does. He is a member of the band.
Awesome.
So you're getting the normal director points because he doesn't have any lines. He doesn't. Sure. If you don't know who he is, you probably wouldn't know it. So Robert Rodriguez for 12 points.
I'll take it.
That was rude.
Crystal, were you going to say Robert Rodriguez?
Yes.
No, you weren't. Crystal, what's your 6th and final deep cut?
Oh, God. I'm going to say Salma Hayek.
Yeah, Salma Hayek. She's definitely worth more points than Juliette Lewis, Jennifer Lopez, a bunch of those. So Salma Hayek.
That's why I said recently, oh, I'm stupid.
Salma Hayek.
I don't know if you heard that, but
5 points. Oh, we heard it. It's going in the promo.
Great.
So 5 points for Salma Hayek because she's the one that when I was thinking about snakes, she does the dance with the snake, and then Anaconda, you got snakes, but no snakes in the Mummy. Parker, what is your final deep cut?
I'm just gonna try to hit one. The guy in The Mummy who gets his tongue and eyes ripped out from Imhotep. I can't remember his name. He was one of the Americans.
Do you know anything else that he was in?
I know one of the guys for sure. Like, I know who one of the guys is. The other guys, I didn't really touch them because
I don't know anything else this man is in.
All right, could you give us anything else? Because yes, there are. Okay. There's 3 Americans.
I'm clearly misunderstanding how this game works for myself. Oh man, I don't know. I guess. I don't even know. Owen Wilson in Anaconda.
Yep,
that's good.
Yep. Yeah. Because we kind of talked about it. We kind of mentioned the love interest, right? And he really flips at the end of that movie. He jumps on the villain's side very quickly when push comes to shove. I had the misfortune of having to watch that movie again just to make sure.
You mean you had the delightful pleasure of rewatching Anaconda?
So he's worth 5 points. Let me give you who you didn't get. Alex obviously said right off the top, he said Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz. Her brother, John Hannah, was in 4 Weddings and a Funeral, also a star of the Canadian TV show Transplant.
That's right. We met him. He was also in Spartacus, and he's fucking awesome in Spartacus. He's such a piece of shit in that show.
One of the guys who works in like the library with Rachel Weisz, his name is Eric Avari. He's in like the Adam Sandler movie Mr. Deeds. I don't know why that's my touchstone for him, but he's like the guy who's like friends with like anyway. And then one of the Americans is an actor named Corey Johnson who was in Hellboy, and he is Hellboy's friend. Who, when he dies, he's like one of the human agents, and when he dies, Hellboy's really sad about it because he liked that guy. From Anaconda, John Voight. Eric Stoltz. Remember Eric Stoltz gets a friggin' wasp down his throat and then is like isn't in the movie for like the last half.
Wow.
Ice Cube. And then Frank Welker, voice artist, does all the snake sounds. And then the one person who nobody would have gotten was the captain of the ship.
Mateo.
Mateo, played by Vincent Castellanos, who I just saw recently in an episode of 6 Feet Under, as the guy who doesn't die, but finds the dead body at the very opening of the show. From Dusk Till Dawn, George Clooney. Another big guy at the end there is Fred Williamson. He's part of the big fight, big African-American actor. He kills Sex Machine. Michael Parks,
of course,
is the sheriff at the very beginning of the film in the convenience store, where the convenience store owner is John Hawkes. And then the girl who's been taken hostage, no one would have known her name. Her name is Amy Graham, but she is Heather Graham's sister. John Saxon is like an FBI agent that's just on TV talking about how we're going to get these guys. And Kelly Preston is the reporter who gives the line like, she's like, and that brings the body count to 18, 13 troopers, 3 civilians, and 2, it's just like, it's very Natural Born Killers kind of feel to it. Greg Nicotero, Lawrence Bender, and then my favorite one is an uncredited vampire. I don't know if it's true or not. I think this kid's just going around putting his name in movies. Is an actor named D. Danny Warhol, who is the pizza delivery driver in Home Alone.
I don't think that's true.
I know, but I think he's just going around telling people he's in shit and then getting himself IMDb'd on it. So we had a very, very close game at the halfway point. Parker, you were up by 2 points on Alex and 9 points on Crystal. Crystal, you got 10 points in the second half to give you 36. Alex, you got 23 in the second half to get you to 56. And Parker, you slowed down a little bit, only getting 11, giving you a total of 46 at the end of the game. Alex, you have not won in a long time.
You don't have to phrase it like that. You can just say congrats. You're so cool and handsome. Thanks, Jeff.
Just so you know, like most of, or not most, but one of our listeners is always very upset when Alex wins the game.
I am aware.
Always their first question is like, who's on the show? What are the movies? Did Alex win? And I'm always like, no. And they're like, oh, thank goodness. But Alex, so who would you suggest? It could be someone from one of these movies. It could just be someone from Psycho Girls. Who would you like to see as a future guest on Deep Cuts the Game?
Well, I mean, I didn't prepare anything because I never expect to win. I'm going to give you 2. One that I think is impossible and one that's maybe possible. get me Arnold Vosloo from The Mummy, or
is that your impossible
that's
one?
the impossible one.
Okay.
He seems hard to get. He's mostly sand. Or if you can get me Jerry Ciccaretti, the director of Psycho Girls and Hot Frosty, who is Canadian, so maybe he's accessible.
I mean, I wish you had
nice.
said Selma Hayek is the impossible one, because like if it's gonna happen,
just reach out to her too. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah,
sure.
do that.
I'm sure she's answering all
I'll
her
reach out to
social
her
media.
too.
Great.
Yeah. Crystal, what's coming up with you in the world?
Nothing really. Nothing exciting, honestly.
I think I know.
Well,
why
that's not true. I do things, but like,
Okay.
you know.
Not things people want to hear about on a movie trivia podcast show.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Parker, once again, Dissect That Film podcast. You're coming up next second week of July, probably about the time this episode is ready to air. You're doing a look at Speed. Are you doing any other action films coming up in July, or is that it for you guys?
So we are covering Speed, and then we are covering Bad Boys from 1995.
Classic.
And then the final movie will be Con Air from 1997.
Ooh.
Man, just hits after hits. You guys are killing it.
We just did that one on Deep
I love
Cuts,
that
and
movie so much.
Alex, you fucked up so bad on that one. I
I
thought
know.
I threw such a softball because Alex was like, "Oh, Con Air, it's like his favorite movie," and he's literally giving me like John Cusack, and I'm like, "Yeah, John Cusack's in the film, Alex."
Guy, I watched it when I was like 10. At no point was I retaining who anybody was other than Steve Buscemi, because he's also in Armageddon.
What did Alex? Dave Chappelle, Ving Rhames, Danny Trejo, Monica Potter, and you finished with John Cusack, and we're mad when I told you he was only worth 2 points, like as opposed to 3.
Should have been 3.
Should have been 3. So Parker, yeah, we can catch you on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, all the great podcast places. How far are you guys going to go with this? Like, Alex and I, like, we've got it. I think there's a window for our show where we're just going to run out of movies that have deep cast. But, you know, based on your show, you're just talking about the movie. It could have 3 people in it. It doesn't matter to you. Are you guys just going to do this forever?
As long as I can do it. That's kind of, I don't really have a timeline. It's until I get sick of it.
Yeah. You're
As long as it's fun.
Yeah, as long as I'm still having fun, that's kind of my goal. If I stop having fun doing it, then I slow down. I don't stop right away. Like if like the fun factor starts to slip, I just have to slow down. And then when it starts just not being fun at all, then that's when I'm like, okay, I think I gotta hang it up.
I hear that. No, I totally get it. Like when it starts becoming work, that's when it's time to stop, right?
Because I'm not getting paid to do it, so I need to make sure it's fun the whole way.
No, nobody's getting paid over here at all. Alex, what's coming up with you?
Oh, you know me, Jeff. So many things. Not much. I'll be at the Fantasia Film Festival. I think this is probably going to air. Is this going up Sunday? This coming Sunday?
Yeah, it should be up on whatever that is, like the 13th.
So if anybody is around Montreal, the 18th to the 21st, I'll be around. We could come up, be like, hey, fan of the show. We'll chat. I can check out at least 4 movies while I'm there. I might try and fit in a few more, depending on the schedule. Other than that, you can find me on Letterboxd, Instagram, everywhere else at the Alex Young, and also PSA that I think I mentioned a few weeks ago that Strange Days was on the Criterion Channel, which isn't available anywhere else. If you don't own Strange Days, you can't stream it, you can't rent it, whatever. It leaves at the end of July. So if you haven't watched it, or you haven't seen it in a long time, you got 3 weeks. Watch Strange Days. It's great. Other than that, support your local rep cinema, buy your movies physically. My usual gamut.
Yeah, and Hot Rod's playing at the review next week, right?
That's right, Thursday the 17th.
That's right.
Sports movie, Hot
Rod. So now we're at the part of the show where Alex sends me an outro that he makes me read, usually pretty much sight unseen. What's the notes for this one, Alex?
So, I want this one, Jeff, stereotypically Canadian. And that can be like a Bob and Doug McKenzie if that's your flavor, but I wrote it very East Oshawa, which is like a hyper specific accent. I'm sure Crystal knows it well. You know, your classic, oh, hey there, bud, you know, that one. So, dealer's choice. Take it.
I think we'll just see how it flows. It may
I can't
Much
wait
like
for it to come out like fucking Tennessee somehow.
I mean, much like the witch voice you made me do last week that then turned into a leprechaun halfway through. We'll see where this goes. All right. Well, it looks like it's pretty much written phonetically.
I did write phonetically for you. That is true.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out there, bud. We really appreciate you taking your time to give us a listen while you're outside hacking a dart. This one was a real beauty, and I hope you had a good time, eh? Remember to keep your Timmies hot and save your loonies for a nice 2-4. Be sure to follow Deep Cuts anywhere you get your podcast, or don't. I'm not your boss or nothing. Take care of you, hosers. Well, you really set me up there with the hosers at the end.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks, bud. Have a good one. We'll see y'all next week.